Monarchy, the royal family at work on CBC.
All countries have a head of state. In Britain, it's the Queen. She's not a ruler, she's a constitutional figurehead. Her face is on every stamp, coin and note. And it's her government, her church, and her armed forces. Few monarchies survive in the modern world. She remains on the throne by tradition and popular consent. And the Queen doesn't govern, she reigns. This film will show what it means to sit on a 21st century throne. Every summer, the Queen and her court move to Balmoral, her Scottish retreat. The Queen is on holiday, but the state is not. She can never fully relax.
Oh, you're already at bed. Come on! Come on!
The monarch is always in touch with her Prime Minister, and once a year, he comes to stay.
Well, right at the moment, we're waiting for the Prime Minister and Mrs. Blair, who are going to come and spend the weekend at Balmoral.
Monarchs reign for life, but politicians come and go. This will be the last Balmoral weekend for the Queen's 10th Prime Minister. It's Tony Blair's duty to keep the Queen informed, and hers to listen. But this visit is a social one too.
It's been touch and go, and in fact, when you arrived on D-side, it was actually sort of just raining, and it's just got better. So
well, I have faith that this year, like every other year, we would be going to the barbecue.
And you're not disappointed?
No, I'm not disappointed.
If we take you...
There's absolutely nothing you can't say to the Queen. I mean, I told her about lots of things in my time. And then I should see the Queen want to stay away. I mean, I'll just go away. You know, everything from Shrew being pregnant with Leo through to, you know, major decisions that you take. Because the one thing that you know is that she will never divulge anything to anyone. She is the person, probably more than any other person, that you can have a completely and totally discreet conversation with, and it will never go further.
Prime Minister.
Good man.
You've just been having tea, have you?
Yes, I just had tea with Prince Charles. It was very nice. Good.
Garden's looking very nice, isn't it?
It's looking fantastic. The house is
Yeah.
Thank you.
Have you seen the new sort of gazebo and wall?
Yeah.
It's grown, isn't it?
Yeah, and also on a day like this, it's just wonderful.
Yeah, but it wasn't like this morning. It's very grey and threatening. But we saw you pass over the Bremar gathering. Did you see all of us?
No, we didn't. I think we just sort of shot through. I was thinking we probably must have passed at some point.
The two aeroplanes went quite close past in front of us.
All right.
So we thought we were arriving. And I gather Mrs. Blair was doing Bernardo's yesterday with Sir Fred Goodwin.
Yeah, exactly.
Because he also came by helicopters.
When the Queen is in London, the meetings are more businesslike.
There's a weekly audience between the Prime Minister and the Queen. It's actually no real formula to it. It lasts about an hour. But you go through the topics of the day, but also range a little bit broader than that. And it gives you a chance to have a very frank conversation about some of the issues which can be very tricky and very controversial. I mean, the Queen will often have a list of topics she wants to raise, but it's a very free-flowing discussion. And over the years, as I've got to know her better and she's got to know me better, then it's become informal, but very good.
We've got quite a short drive. Yes. I don't know which way we'll go. You may not come out here. We'll wave otherwise.
Yes. Thanks, man. The amazing thing about the Queen is that because Winston Churchill was her first Prime Minister, she has got an absolutely unparalleled amount of experience. I mean, you can sit down and talk to the Queen about the major foreign policy events of the 50s or the 60s or the 70s, 80s, 90s. She's been through it all, and she's talked with the prime ministers of the day, and she has a very shrewd and intuitive sense, I think, in any event, about politics with a small p.
Politics with a big P bring the Queen back to London every autumn. Her standard has not flown over Buckingham Palace since July. The Queen is preparing for the most important fixture in the constitutional calendar, the state opening of Parliament. Once, monarchs ran the country. Now, politicians do. But it's still the Queen who opens Parliament to begin the political year. Her representative at the Palace of Westminster is former General Sir Michael Wilcox, better known as Black Rod.
We're all clear at the minute.
We are, yeah.
His job dates back to the days of royal rule.
Okay, good. Black Rod was the doorkeeper. In other words, keep the undesirables out and keep good order and discipline within. And wheelchairs, do we know how many we've got this year? In 1522, Henry VIII moved out with his family and his court, but he left behind Black Rod. And my statutes of 1522 say ye are to keep the doors of the High Court that is called the Parliament. So from 1522, Black Rod has been here. Get rid of that and put the box there.
When the Queen opens Parliament, she sits in the House of Lords. But the real power is in the Commons. Black Rod is the go-between.
The Queen sends her messenger down, and Black Rod is the Queen's messenger. And you go down to the Commons. Now, what happens when we get down there is the Commons will shut the door in the face of the Queen's messenger. And that has become symbolic of the independence of the Commons. This is the door that gets slammed on me, and that's where I hit it. Hello. It's a nice mark. I enjoy it hugely. I always try and get through without them closing it. I speed up without them noticing and see if they shut it in time. Have you succeeded? But no, very nearly. Last year I did. Very, very nearly. And the cries of, shut me down the door.
Parliamentary ceremony hides centuries of quarrelling and a bloody civil war. The state opening is not a celebration of royal power, but of constitutional compromise which allows the monarch to sit on the throne and an elected government to rule. So Black Rod will lead the elected MPs through to the splendour of the unelected Lords.
And we all bow, and then the Queen delivers her speech. But you see the effect as you come up. I think it works. I think it's terrific. It really is. You notice the two thrones here, and you can tell which one the Queen's. Can you tell? Look at the feet. You see, you can't sit higher than the Queen, and hers is a couple of inches higher than the Duke of Edinburgh's.
Away from Parliament, the Queen has many other regular constitutional duties as head of state. She is Supreme Governor of the Church of England and Defender of the Faith, and is known to be a devout Christian. She takes her role very seriously. But Britain is now a country of many faiths. Whatever the Queen believes herself, a modern head of state must include all major religions and promote understanding between them.
Dr. Latubai Shah, Imam Mulana Raza.
Today, leaders from 9 faiths present the Queen with a special medal in recognition of her efforts to bridge religious divides.
Thank you very much indeed. It's lovely, isn't it?
Because there's only one listed diamond in it.
Is it really?
There's no other.
It's very exciting, isn't it? Thank you very much indeed. It was very kind.
But I think it's especially important right now. All the trans things in the last 3 or 4 years, it's become important in a way that it wasn't before.
Yeah, I mean, originally it was just a good idea, wasn't it? But now it really is important.
It's important, some think, because in a society of many faiths, an idea of what it means to be British can be lost. Today, at least, there is a sense of unity.